So the other day I did roast a turkey. I was trying to clean out my freezer. Well, not really my freezer. It is mine. But anyway, so I roasted a turkey. I've gotten all the turkey bones in this big pot. I'm going to add 8 cups of water. We're going to make some soup right now out of this turkey frame. I will be adding some more water to that. I am adding 1 cut up onion to this. We're going to basically be making turkey broth using our bones. It did call for this recipe I'm doing to roast a turkey. Put it in the 4 cups of water and then boil it and then wait until take the bones out. Add the beans, which we will have beans to this recipe as well. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it my way. We're basically going to make turkey broth. And I may, from these bones, and I may add some celery to this as well. I'm going to may add more than 8 cups of water. And it's basically bones, the turkey bones in here, the turkey frame. According to this recipe, you only add 8 cups of water to your turkey frame because we want to get the meat off the bone. Since I roasted the turkey, I just grabbed the meat off the bone anyway. I'm going to add a half teaspoon of poultry seasoning, and it said if you add poultry season, you don't have to add sage. I'm adding sage, a half a teaspoon to that. And of course your salt and pepper. And I think I'm going to add another 4 cups of water. Extra turkey broth would be good anyway, because I can pressure can that and put it on my shells. And that's usually what I do with the turkey frames, the bones anyway, during the holiday season. And I started doing that last year with the turkey frame, turkey bones, because that's a good broth to put on your pantry shelves. So let's go ahead. I'm going to add more water to this and let this cook a little bit. And then I will be taking the bones out and we will add our beans and a few other ingredients. Ideally, if I was making this mainly for the broth, which I am a little bit, but not a whole lot, I would be putting this in my roasting pan and I would be roasting it overnight, just a FYI, and along with a couple of other seasonings and celery and onion tops and all that stuff. So now we got to get this cooking, and there is some of the fat that came from the roasting pan that is in this as well. So now we let it cook for, it says to let it simmer for about an hour. I'm going to let it simmer for about 2 hours, and then I'm going to take the bones out. And I may use the bones again. I don't know. And probably about 6 cups of the broth, maybe. And I'm going to add it all back in there. And then we will add our beans and our other ingredients. Like I said, like I showed you, I got the beans soaking. I kind of didn't do it last night. But I'm letting them soak while I get this cooking and getting it ready to make our bean soup. And I will be cutting up the turkey that came off of this, and we'll be cutting it up. And I may can this as well. I'm not 100% sure. But we're going to add some more ingredients to this as well. So I'm going to let it cook here for about 2 hours or so, and then I'll be right back when we add our other ingredients. So we've drained all the bones, and I do have a little bit more broth left in here, but we're going to save that for right now. So let's move on to our broth. So in this broth, initially I was supposed to put a teaspoon and a half of Worcester sauce. I'm doing that now. And I was supposed to add beans. I'm doing that now as well. And you're supposed to use the liquid of the beans, but I'm not going to do that, y'all. I'm not going to do that. I am not going to do that today. I'm not going to follow the recipe. And we're going to let these beans cook for a little bit. And I'm going to add some veggies to this as well. And I know it would be easier just to drain the beans, but I'm doing it this way. So hang on. So here are the veggies I'm adding. I'm adding another chopped onion, some celery, about a cup of celery, a cup of chopped turnip, a cup of carrots, give or take a few, and then we're going to cook this a little bit. We're going to get those beans more cooked. They're going to cook the rest of the day. And I will be adding our turkey meat that we pulled off the bone from cooking the broth. I got the broth set over here to the side. So, and just in case I need more broth, because we're going to cook these beans down to get them soft. And like I said, I added another onion to this. And we are going to be adding, of course, the turkey to this here in a little bit. And a can of drained corn, but I'm going to let these beans cook down a little bit before I add the corn. So let's get this cooking.